he's not. They're gonna put him on injury reserve so nobody can sign him. They're gonna hurt him even better now. Next year, you have to be a
superficial, vacant eyes on the living, socialize. I see potential in your mind. Touch me softly, it's not a crime. No more apologies. You'll find inside of me a deeper love, a deeper faith, a deeper love to restore the balance of your ways, a deeper dive to sink or swim in a world of she said, don't give a fuck about him, a deeper love. I'll get another surface with you. I'll get another surface with you. Step into it, the golden light. Take my hand and roll the dice. It's not a secret, don't need to testify. Like gravity, can't be defied. No more apologies. You'll find inside of me a deeper love, a deeper faith, a deeper love to restore the balance of your ways, a deeper dive to sink or swim in a world of she said, don't give a fuck about him, a deeper love. I'll get another surface with you. I'll get another surface with you. A deeper, a deeper. Deeper love, a deeper faith, a deeper love to restore the balance of your ways, a deeper dive to sink or swim in a world of she said, don't give a fuck about him, a deeper love. I'll get another surface with you. I'll get another surface with you.
Good morning, South Florida, and welcome to the breakfast at the Brooklyn Cafe TV.
Take a deep breath and a good whiff of that coffee brewing. Grab yourself some toast, a donut, or any breakfast. As Dawn and Freddie get you up and ready for the rest of your day.
So I grabbed myself and called 888-994-4995 to share a tip of the day.
Or just to say good morning.
So get ready for the time of your life.
Shake off your sleepies, buckle up, because it's
Showtime! And welcome. Today is Tuesday, so today is morning show.
Social Tuesday.
Morning show. We're not on the radio. We'll be on the radio tomorrow, 11 o'clock.
It's the first Tuesday of the...
It's the first Tuesday of the year, yes. I got to tell you, the numbers yesterday were spectacular. I want to thank you for watching us yesterday. I don't know what you were thinking.
No problem.
They were thinking.
Obviously, you must have lost your
I
mind.
took
But
care of the music for you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why don't you use
I'm
your
just
trigger
saying.
phone so you can shut that off?
Taking all the
And you're
care.
the only one that controls that.
Welcome to my realm.
Anyway, welcome to the morning show. Do me a favor, share it out, because Karen is sharing. Share it out. Let somebody else know that we're alive and around. You know what the worst feeling in the world is?
What?
When somebody says, "Oh, I'm sorry, the Brooklyn Cafe show." What is that?
Why? I would take it as an opportunity to share what we do with one more person.
For 7 years, we've been doing this sharing. And somebody said to me, "What is that? Really?"
Well,
So and then she said to me, she has a business called Ku Klux or whatever it is.
Like a
Ku
chicken
Klux and
place?
I don't know what it is.
yeah,
I don't remember what
Oh,
it is.
that's nice, Slick.
So I said to her, "What is that?" She goes, "Well, I've only been around 13 years." I go, "What is that?" Now she got offended, but I didn't get offended. I just told her what the Brooklyn Cafe TV show was.
Absolutely. You know, we had a great show yesterday, and the ladies came in, and they are blowing everything up. They loved the opportunity.
Well, maybe that's why the numbers were so good,
More to come.
because they
Maybe.
blew it up.
Yep, that is the key.
Now you just blew my bubble,
Why?
because I thought we have friends out there that like to watch the show.
We absolutely do have friends out there that like the show. Happy Tuesday, everyone. It is Tuesday, January 4th, 2022. Can you even believe where we're at on timing?
Where are we? We're
Time
on the
goes
first Tuesday of the month.
So fast.
All right, I got to put my phone down because I was told it's rude and obnoxious for me to do that.
Who said, oh,
A lot of people.
one of your producers did tell you that.
You know, the problem is, ladies and gentlemen, is that I share out the show to multiple other platforms because my board operators don't.
No,
my
you also
co-hosts
text people.
don't.
That's not true. You also text people because you feel like they need an answer immediately.
They
and
are
they-
writing to me.
Well, that's okay. Then you can answer them.
It's very salty right now.
I got some questions for you about the whole football situation.
Oh, here we go.
What?
My son has been on me since 7
I
o'clock this morning.
because I don't really watch football, but apparently they say he's not part of the team, but he is part of the
They
team.
did not cut him yesterday.
What happened?
He took off his pads and ran into the end zone and started doing jumping jacks and waving to the crowd. He threw his shirt in the crowd and he went into the tunnel.
Why?
That why is
It
controversial.
was during the game, after
During the game, in the
middle of
third quarter.
game?
Yeah, Brady was on the field. And apparently, my son says that he read on everything in the world that the coach said to him, go in the game. And the player said, I'm too hurt to get into the game. And the coach said, get in the game or get out of here. Now, what does that mean to you? Does it mean get out of my face? It means, you don't leave the team when he says get out of
He
here.
said get in the game and get out of here.
Or
That's
get
like
outta here.
4. So I guess you decided to get out of there and not get in the game.
But
he
nobody
was
understands why. Now, my son gave me a whole biblical.
Apparently he was injured.
He wasn't injured. He was running around the end zone like a
He
crazy
said his
person.
He was injured and he could not go in the game.
Yeah, but he was. There's a pecking order. You go to the training staff, and I know this from playing and watching football and coaching it. Training staff looks and evaluates you. They go over to the coach, says he's in, he's out. This is what's happening, and then the coach makes up his mind. He didn't do that. He didn't go to the training staff. He says I got hit in the knee or whatever. Stood there, and the coach says go in the game. Now you got to understand something. If it was you playing or me playing, and we said, I'm hurting. Coach, I can't go in. Coach, get somebody else. But you're Antonio Brown, and he's a player. He's one of the main cogs. So can we agree on that?
What?
He's one of the main players.
Yeah, he's like a top 5 receiver.
Okay, so he needed a weapon in this position, in this game. And the weapon said, no, I can't go in. Or no, I'm not going in. Or whatever it is that he said. Anyway, long story short of it, you don't take off your pads. Throw it on the sidelines. You don't act like an idiot. Take off your shirt and throw it into the crowd. And then run into the end zone
go to
and
college?
start jumping up and down, doing push-ups and
That
sit-ups
sounds
or whatever.
Like a UM situation. You know the guys from UM that used to do that craziness? And I can say that because I'm a participant, a big U fan. He sounds like a UM player doing that stuff.
That's like if I ask Slick, and he's on the floor, I say, Slick, can you move the camera? He says, nope, I'm not moving the camera. My finger hurts.
So he was not let go.
No, the team has not released him. This is a very
But he's
complicated
released,
issue.
Apparently then he's a free agent.
No, he has to clear waivers
He
first.
has to clear waivers. He only signed a 1-year deal, and he only signed it because of Brady.
Why
Yeah.
But
didn't he
went
want to
to
go
Central
in?
Michigan.
What's he upset about?
He said he was hurt.
He was upset about I can't say I was never part of the conversation and all the I'll say all the video that I watched. There's no good audio at all. So basically, it was something about money. like there was a bonus that was supposed to be happening with him, and the fact that you did coin that he was injured, and what is it? I don't know if they did tell him to go back in, but it was something about money, and the coach wasn't wanting to him to like reach that.
He needed 3
that
more
marker.
catches.
Yeah, that marker by what is it? The end of that game.
Yeah, but Brady would have made sure he would have gotten his 3 catches. See, I'm not buying that whole
He
story.
needs 3 catches per game.
No, he needed 3 catches to hit a mark, which
hit a
means he
mark,
makes
that hits the bonus.
$750,000.
It's kind of like if you're working in sales and you hit your quota.
They do that with
everything
football
back.
too.
Oh yeah, receptions,
quota?
catches, everything. But the funny thing here is that Brady wanted Antonio Brown on the team. You don't think that he was going to get him 3 bubble passes, which is a simple little pass? Of course he's going to get it for him. Brady loves Antonio. I think he's a little afraid of Antonio because who wouldn't be? He's a big guy. He's not all there all the time, and he speaks the league. Now, when I was doing shows with Lawrence Taylor, Lawrence told me the league is full of Antonio Browns.
Well, sure they are.
I mean, how do you coach an Antonio Brown? That's like Michael Jordan, the coach saying, I want you to do a layup. He says, what are you talking about? I'm going to pop a 3 from the corner. What are you going to tell Michael no? You're going to tell King, LeBron James, I want you to play this way? It doesn't
Then it's
exist.
kind of hard to coach these guys. 'cause
It's
these guys-
impossible.
These guys do what they do the best way that they do it.
And they're good at it. You're going to tell Tom Brady how to quarterback?
Although, look at Alabama.
What about him? Those are kids, though. Those
Yeah,
kids are
but
just...
How is he as a coach? You
Coaching
talk about
staff, yeah.
Nick Saban as a coach.
Yes, well, you see, a player in Alabama will follow Nick Saban to the end of the world because Saban has the record.
He has got the
In the NFL, you got Rodgers, you got Brady, you got what's another good
So
quarterback?
are the coaches as important, in your opinion, in the NFL as they are in college?
It depends.
It depends because in football, NFL, there are times that yes, and there are times that no. Good example: Zach Wilson, quarterback of the New York Jets, the number 1 pick, blah 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 from BYU, blah blah blah. Personally, I think he's too short to play quarterback, but that's on me. I was only a quarterback coach for 20 years, but anyway. It's 4th down, 2 yards for a first. If the Jets pick up 2 yards, they win this game. Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
So they call a timeout, and they talk about what they're going to do. He comes in. Now, 2 yards is like this table.
Yeah.
You don't do a quarterback sneak for 2 yards. Nobody does that. You got to be insane. Even Slick wouldn't do that. Well, maybe. Right? So the object of the game is they gave him 3 options on this play, is what the coach says. But the first thing the coach says is we did not communicate what option we wanted him to run. So he blew the game. He ran into a line, gained nothing. They lost the 4th down, did not put the 3 points up, did not get the 1st down, and they lose the game. Now, why do you think they just lost that game?
Because of a bad play or a bad coaching play.
Think deeper. Get deeper because it gets funny.
Oh, probably because of the situation with Brady.
Positioning. The Jets are in line to draft number 4 in the next draft. If they would have won this game, they would have dropped to 7th.
Football gets confusing.
This is when it gets confusing.
Yeah, because it's kind of like I don't understand like why like we're playing like this weird lottery game, hoping that we get the best player. Why don't we just play the game?
Why don't we just win?
Or true.
Then I have to tell you, if that's true, what you're saying, then the head coach of the New York Jets is a moron. And I don't want to call him that.
No, but there's a lot of like.
I respect the man too much to call him that. Bro, that was a gift. You know, I've been around so many coaches in my life. I've seen so many games. 2 yards after coming out of a timeout, you just talked about it. Even you would have given the ball to another person to run into these Neanderthals. You're going to take all of your 190 pounds, 5'10", and run into that line for this distance? It ain't never going to happen.
Why do they do it?
Because I have a feeling the coaching staff told him, run the ball. We will take the heat. They're going to lose next week again. Now, I'm going to tell you something about Zach Wilson. I'm going to
Yes?
tip, yes.
Yeah, but then don't they get a better draft pick if they keep
That's
losing?
that's the plan.
Even
But
I know that much.
but I'm gonna-
The clashes, I feel like with all sports, like not saying that I played professionally, I never did, but like the clashes, like remember you get these kids around 16 and you're molding them to be like I'll say the best whatever they're gonna be. Now they're 21 or like 25, they're getting $1 million deals. They want to reach like what is it? They just want to reach a common ground with the coach. Sometimes they don't. That's why you get an Antonio Brown situation where it's like, why are you not trying to help me get my bonus?
Yeah, but you and me both know that 2 games left, and Tony's going to hit that bonus, even if he falls and trips.
There's always rift with coaches and players.
Well, let's look a little bit
Either
deeper.
The coach is gonna let him play.
Let's look a little deeper.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown has some mishaps when he signed with them. Okay, he wins the Super Bowl with them, and then he has some more mishaps this year, like the COVID. You see what he did with COVID? He told the league, look, I have a COVID card. I got my booster, I got my shots, right? It was a fraudulent card.
Oh, what didn't that happen in New York when he said he got his vaccine?
He didn't.
He got his He was immunized, but not vaccinated.
No, that's Rodgers.
right.
That's
So,
a different player.
I understand that, but
We'll
this
get
is
to
the
that in a
game
second.
People are playing.
But Antonio Brown holds a card,
Yeah.
a physical card, and says, I got my shots.
fake card.
Him and another guy, another receiver. And they were both found out to be fake. Now, do you know how the NFL found out it was fake? Here we go. Because it's going to get, it ain't checkers, baby, it's chess. Do you know how they found out?
How?
A chef that Antonio Brown did a deal with and never paid, who I happen to know who it is, ratted him out.
You know the chef?
And he owes him thousands. Ratted him out. And they
How
found
did
out.
you know?
Because
People
apparently
think
whoever he got the card from told him.
What?
And they found out to be. Okay, so hold on.
No,
Hold
I'm
on.
not sticking up for Antonio Brown. I'm just sticking up for like all those players like myself that was like the best player on the field, on the track field. Like there's always rifts when it comes to coaches. Some coaches.
You sound like my
don't
son.
that great.
You sound like my son.
I'm just saying.
There ain't no such thing.
Because they're looking at not saying that you weren't a good coach or anything, but you have to admit there's some coaches that just they only worry about their objective, not their players.
That's what a
happiness.
coach is. A coach runs a team with his objectives.
But
What kind of coach wouldn't?
No, true, but imagine if you had like an A-Rod coming into, what is it? I say a cocky A-Rod coming into your baseball camp. You didn't know he was an A-Rod at the time, but you know that this kid can hit, this kid can play. And you don't like him because he's just too cocky. Would you ever let him play, or would you cut his playing time?
I play him a lot. I play him a lot,
Well,
yes.
think about what
I
we
show
did
him,
here.
show me, exactly. Show me what you got. Listen, I had an A-Rod. I had a catcher when I was in junior ball. And this kid was good. He was all city. And I went out and I got this kid. And his father gave him to me. Because your parents at that age, when they're under 18, they have to give him to you. This kid was phenomenal. Phenomenal. And he played for this team, the Condors. The next year, he went to another team and left me behind. And the father came over to me and tried to explain to me why. That kid went on for 1 year. He had a great season. That team went nowhere. They broke up, and then he wanted to come back
Why did he leave? What did the father tell you?
because he saw a better opportunity with the other league.
You know, the grass is not always greener.
Now, do you take him back?
You know, think about it. This is a lot that's going
Let's
on
ask him.
in the medical
No,
community.
let's ask him. Do you take him back?
I'm doing it. I'm doing
Do you take him back?
I'm doing the next topic.
Do you take him back?
Take him back as a player?
Yeah.
Being that he left. I mean,
Yeah.
He's a good player. He can help me win. As a coach, if I was
So you take him back?
I would think it's strategically because I'm trying.
So you would take him back? Okay. So you are the coach that you're talking about. You would do whatever it takes to win. There's no integrity in that.
No, I feel like that's the coach. Like
There's no integrity in that. You just hung yourself. You should have said no.
Yeah, but what if you are trying to make the team better?
No, but imagine if you come into a bad situation like the UN coach right now. Like they fired one, now they're hired. They're getting a new one. Is he gonna do a better record?
Who knows? With the same players? Who knows? Probably not.
Aren't they gonna crucify him once he's like, oh?
Of course. Didn't they do that to the Miami Dolphin coach until he went 7 and 8 in a row?
Why not? Like why? What is it? A coach wouldn't think strategically. Like he would look at his players.
Because you're defending Antonio Brown as a player. Because
Yeah,
you'll
but
do
look how
anything you
many
can to
people-
win.
But look how many people are leaving their jobs. Like, look at all the nurses that left their jobs last year to go
To
give
Texas.
vaccines or to work ER shifts to make more and more money. So now those jobs have dried up, right?
Now they
Now
want to
they
come
wanna
back.
come back.
Do you hire them?
Do you take them
But in the
back?
medical profession, you have to hire them.
Why?
Because I can't pick up a slick and just put him in as a nurse.
Well, or you hire. But the problem is because there's such a staffing shortage.
They're hiring them back.
But what if
But they knew that going in.
But
Dawn.
what if they're sour attitudes? What if
Makes
when
no
a person
difference.
left, they were poisoning the well of your whole employees? If a bad player was poisoning the whole team and it was just bad morale,
That's the problem.
and they leave and they come back.
I wouldn't take them back.
If they can make your team win or they can make your
Makes no
business
difference.
better, what if the morale is bad?
Makes no
Ethically.
difference. Antonio Brown was a cancer on the
But
team,
it's an ethical
and they
dilemma.
wanted to cut. It's not ethical. You run the team. You run the team your way. You have to coach them. Okay, you better have Brady on your side. If your quarterback is not on your side, I don't care who you are, with your quarterback, you're done. If your defensive star, whether it's a linebacker or a safety, if he's not on your side, you're done. That's when they got rid of Adams to Seattle.
True, but like you have, I always think about like when Kobe, rest in peace, was having a riff with Phil Jackson.
That's why Phil Jackson was let go.
Yeah, Phil Jackson and Kobe, and Kobe, I'll say before he died, even thanked Phil Jackson for like what he taught him because, you know,
That's
even
just
though he was a
ethics.
even though he was a cocky dude, Phil Jackson was still talking about.
That's
Kobe.
because
He
Phil,
respected
yeah,
him.
but Phil Jackson ran the triangle defense. The problem is the philosophies of what Kobe wanted to play man and man, and Phil Jackson wanted to play triangle defense. And he brought that junk over to New York, and it didn't work. That's not the way athletes are nowadays. Every athlete wants to be a star. There was a football player, a wide receiver.
Like an athletes union or like a
There is a union. There is a union. Take it easy there.
voice or-
Yeah,
the
take it
athletes
easy.
voice their-
Take it easy.
What about the ethics? What about the woman in Jeffrey Epstein, who is now
just like-
going
yeah.
after Prince Andrew, but allegedly she had a settlement. with
$500,000.
Okay. Now,
But it doesn't apply to him. It applied to Epstein.
what if it applied to Epstein?
That's what
and
you're going to
all
find
of
out
the
today.
others?
That's what you're going to find out today.
And even if it did apply to all the others, does she still have a right to come forward?
It doesn't matter. She's ruined Prince Andrews no matter what. The picture of her and him.
Well, she didn't ruin Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew ruined Prince Andrew because she was clearly a minor. So,
That's right. So the game is over no matter what
so
happens.
he made those choices, even if she was consensual. And I'm not saying she was. She was a minor.
Well, how did he know she was a minor if they gave him paperwork to show she wasn't? If I a victim, if somebody says, look, she's 18, she's really 14, 17, 16, whatever, something happens, then
But he didn't even say that. He said, "I've never met this woman." He didn't even say.
maybe he didn't remember
I thought
her.
It was consensual.
Dawn, there are lots of people I've met that I don't remember.
Well, I hope if you slipped and fell on top of somebody, you would remember.
Things
who
like
they
that
were.
happen. Sometimes you fall and oops.
I hope you would remember that. But ethically,
happens.
if she got $500,000, if she got anything,
Correct.
and she signed documents saying she will not come forward, it is sealed.
Against
And
Epstein.
now she comes forward.
Against Epstein.
So now it's open season and all those other.
We're
guys
going to
that
find
were
out
around.
today. As a matter of fact, they're meeting about now. They're going to find out
What do you
today.
think about ethically?
That's not, yeah. If she was paid that, I don't think.
First of all, if you were dating a 17-year-old, if you fell in love with a 17-year-old, would you date her?
First of all, let's not put that.
But let's say she looks like she's 21, 22. Like some of the interns in here are 19. I thought they were in their 20s.
That's not, yeah.
That's why we're quick to tell you all who's 19. Well, the 19 is still a legal adult.
It is, but they were 17 once.
Wow. Thank you.
But ethically, what do you think? So I can see different sides on this situation.
The medical profession is a different animal.
I'm talking about Epstein, this situation. with this
Epstein, if the woman signs something, in my opinion, it's still up for grabs because that just covers Epstein. It doesn't cover Prince Andrew. Sorry.
woman. Now, if she changes her mind and says, you know what, I was coerced to sign this. It was a payout, but I really feel like now I want to come forward.
So
and
give me
speak
back
my
the
truth.
money.
Do you return the money?
Return the money and I'll believe you. She can't return the $500,000.
Do you return the money?
No,
speak
it's
your-
10 years
speak your
ago.
truth? So these are all the questions I.
There is no question. If you don't return the money, I don't believe you.
These are all
But-
ethical, semantic
But
situations.
Prince Andrews now is in trouble. They don't want him in the castle. They don't want him in the monarch. He's going to have to leave the country and go to Iceland to live like a polar bear or something. He's done. His reputation is done.
You know what they say, history repeats itself. Look what happened to the monarchy before, right? He leaves, he married
Let me ask you a question.
And got involved with the Nazis and all of that. And
Who?
was
Who's that?
the king that stepped down.
I don't remember all that. I don't.
So you look at history repeating itself. Not
I don't agree.
not scene for scene, but
It's really tough when 10, 12, 15 years have passed and all of a sudden everybody's jumping on board to this thing. Why didn't you do it before?
That's the other question. How old
Why
is
didn't you
she
do it
now?
when he was alive?
Whoopsie. That was a whole other situation.
And they got a picture. If they got a picture of the chubby guy from CBS. What's his name?
Weinstein?
Weinstein and
Epstein.
Epstein. Every Steen in the world. And Prince Andrew and her. They got a picture with the four of them. Jeez Louise. Talk about a gang.
I gotta tell you,
Wow.
$1 million wasn't enough.
When you're 17, it's a lot of money. That was 10 years
How
ago.
old is she now?
27?
She's still young.
Give back the money and then we start from there. She's not going to give back the money.
She's clearing it. She wants to clear her conscience. Look at Monica Lewinsky.
Oh,
Her
come
life
on,
has never
come
been the
on.
same.
Yeah, because she opened her mouth. Oops.
Okay, moving on.
And
Guys, how do you feel about
Here
like,
she's young.
I
and
didn't
she
mean
was-
that
and
like that.
She was of age, right? She was in college. She was.
But
not
she
a
was
minor.
messing around with the president of the United States. Come on now.
Dry
how do you feel
January.
about how do you feel about our topic of like I'll say today? That
She didn't think it was too dry.
No, oh, wow.
I have never had sexual intercourse. No, what was it he said?
Yeah, but I don't mean that. I mean, but look how it changed her
I never
life.
inhaled.
She, going forward, is always
Made her a
known
superstar.
as Monica Lewinsky and the president.
She
Whatever
should have her
she has done in
lips
her life,
insured for billions of dollars.
whatever she has done the rest of her life has not come out to overshadow that as a college
She played a
intern.
bad hand on if she was gonna get slammed
Maybe
that
she
way.
was in love.
She
Maybe
should.
she
Maybe she
thought-
was, but maybe she should have insured her lips. I would have made posters. I would have glamorized that she's all woman. Eat your heart out, Hillary.
We really believe anything.
Eat your heart out, Hillary.
There's no.
What are
way.
you gonna
Where's
do?
his disclaimer?
What are you gonna do? There isn't there. I
There
took
is
it out.
no disclaimer.
What are you gonna
Wow.
do if you get spanked in public? What are you gonna do? This is the president of the United States having a little coochie coochie with Monica Lewinsky. What are you gonna do? You're gonna deny it?
Well, there were other presidents, and those
They
ones
didn't
did
get
not-
caught.
They allegedly got caught by that.
Now, who's the
Those
bigger
women-
fool, Clinton or Lewinsky?
Why do you think anyone's a fool?
Didn't he just go to the hospital in California for a UDI? A UDI?
UTI?
UTI? What is a UTI? Monica, baby, you got the last laugh. Monica for president.
Can you imagine that?
That's what she should have done, Dawn. She wasn't gonna win, but she should have done it because it would have humiliated that.
President?
And I don't like that guy. Like that, I'm not even gonna mention his name. I don't like him. I don't like for what he did, but I really don't like the fact that he got caught. It's like Nixon. I used to love Nixon until he got caught. You get caught being stupid, I'm gonna treat you stupid. And he's supposed to be the leader. You know, I see kids watching that football game on Sunday. I think about my grandkids, and they're gonna say, "Pop, why is that guy acting like that?" What am I supposed to explain to them? He has psychological problems, and he was told to leave the team. How do you explain morals that way?
Well, what do you think? Don't you think sports players, don't you think celebrities, movie stars, musicians, they have
All role
the
models.
ultimate responsibility to
They
our
don't
youth
think
to
so.
be role models?
They will tell you they weren't asked,
To be a role model?
and they're not accepting it. But we wear their jerseys. We wear their colors. We want to play like them. We mimic throwing a baseball like them. I did all of that.
Most of them don't ask to like be put in a position. Sometimes like take the case of Antonio Brown. He came from down here, so he was just trying to actually make it in football, and he did. He wasn't.
He's a
he
great
wasn't-
player.
He wasn't looking for like the crowd.
He's just not a good
He
person.
just wanted to do something better.
Well, look at Little Nas X, right? Apparently,
Who?
Nas X.
Nas X.
You listen to him. You listen.
We
I
listen
heard
to him
you-
all the time here.
Montero.
Apparently, his song had to hit the top
Mm-hmm.
4 before he came out.
Came out of what?
Came out
Where'd he go? He was in the Rock?
Came out like
of his sexuality.
Oh, he's gay?
to his family, to everybody.
Okay, so what?
But he's a role model, so he waited to prove to the world that I can do this and I have a voice,
Correct.
and then to share that voice as a role model for others to speak their truth.
I thought you were gonna bring up the black guy who's a cowboy. It's a Western song, and you know the Western music. Yeah, that's the same guy.
That's the same guy.
The guy, the Western Song? Oh, that guy, that story's great. I listened to it. I didn't know he was gay. I really don't care if he's
I did not know he
gay.
was gay either till I heard that. I'm thinking,
But the
man,
music is good. Now, Rocket Man, you see the Rocket Man song, the new one? And Rocket Man, he's gay. That guy's so gay, he flies. And he redid that mix and is number one.
But it's not on sexual preference. It's that he took his opportunity of being a role model now for the youth to create a platform and say it's okay to speak your voice once he got to that level of a role model. Why some of these athletes don't feel they're role models?
Well, what about gay in the NFL? Didn't we just have the second one that came out?
I don't care about sexual identity. That is
Yeah, but it takes a lot for an
them
NFL
to
football
come
player
out.
to come out
Yeah.
in that locker room. And I think the guy from the Raiders came out. And holy
I
smokes.
feel like for the athletes, they're just what is it? They feel like they're just athletes. They listen to the clothes, they have a set schedule.
Listen, I don't have any
Sunday.
pity for these guys that are making millions. I'm
Artists
sorry.
Really true, but artists are really they're really into I'll say trying to get their word out as an artist because we have a lot of artists in here from Gina and Jay, and it kind of mimics the people. What is it? The artists that we do see on live TV.
Well, if Jay came out and said he was gay, would it change his talent?
Doesn't change anything.
But the athletes don't see themselves as. Most of them don't see themselves.
You know that an athlete has an agent behind him telling him what to do, right? I mean, you guys realize that.
But look at what the Aaron Rodgers situation where he's did he say he was not going to get vaccinated?
No, that wasn't fair. He said he finally came clean. He says, "I didn't say I wasn't vaccinated.
He said
I said I was immunized."
Yeah, again, a matter of semantics.
And the NFL did not come after him. I would have thrown the book at him. I would say, "Well, immunize yourself in the corner." Now I'm picking Green Bay to win the Super Bowl.
Who's playing?
Whoever they play against, I think that they have the best team going.
I'm gonna say,
But I'm going to
they
tell
did
you, if the NFL wants to get back at Green Bay, they will say to him, if you're not vaccinated for the Super Bowl, you can't play. I'm just saying.
You step in, I thinking of these things?
No, but I've been around the block long enough to see all these new seances.
Nuances?
That one too.
New seances. We could do that also. There's a new show I saw last night. Jimmy Fallon has a karaoke music show.
He's copying whatchamacallit.
Who was he copying? I don't even know.
The guy, music in the, that one.
But it was Josh Groban, it was all these great singers, and then they make it like a game show. So I'm thinking the money that NBC has to spend on new shows, even just their sets.
There's a cab game already where you play the music, you name the tune, and it lights up and all that,
But
and they
this was they
copy
have
it.
to sing it. So you have to start the lyrics, you have to finish the lyrics. Yes, it's been done.
It's been done over and over.
But to look at the amount of money that NBC puts into an old concept with new faces, new players, new hosts, new sets.
Do you know how much money NBC has?
But
They're a conglomerate.
I'm just saying, it's just incredible to me that is what they think the public wants. Because I guess that's an easy
Did you
show to
watch
put
it?
on. I watched the last 10 minutes.
So for 10 minutes worth of commercials, I
know.
guess they know what you
But I'm
want.
thinking about what the commercials cost for that. It's not what you want,
Millions.
it's what happens to be on the TV. See,
Hundreds of thousands.
I'm not very TV savvy.
I'm very tabby.
I turn on my TV, it goes to my Amazon Fire Stick, then I have to change the HDMI to get the regular TV, and then I have to know what channel I want to change the channel. So I keep it on one channel all the time, and that's
I
it.
feel her.
I don't have a
I
talking
talk to the
remote.
Yeah, I talk to
If I
the
do
remote.
not have a talking remote, I cannot find something else to watch.
Gio gave me an Apple with a talking remote, and I can't find it.
Thank you very much.
I can't find the stupid controller.
There's too much to go through to scroll through.
It is so not easy.
You see,
to
I
find
like
something on TV.
I like the old fashioned, like the Munsters. You know, the Munsters were only on the air for 2 years, from 64 to 66. I didn't know that.
This Is Us is starting its 6th season. I know, but they're iconic.
Yes, because there was good culture in that.
Monsters in the Addams Family.
I like all of that stuff. The new stuff now, and now they're really getting out of hand because now the talk shows, those little sitcoms that they're doing, they hit home some heavy stuff. The Me Too movement was on one of them. They had
I'll say opinions of like for the kids with cartoons and whatnot. Because I noticed with my nephew, like if he does change the channel with his voice, they always have opinions for kids to sway how the kids thinking. I'm remembering back to when I'm like okay, Saturday morning, I'm either watching cartoons or I'm heading to church. I never thought cartoons would have been like a weird political stance on where do you stand.
Well, Ren and Stimpy, I remember when you guys were little, my kids were little, Cat Dog, things I wouldn't let them watch, and they said, but they're cartoons. I said, but I don't like the message that they're sending you guys. And you guys were like, I don't know, I like it, they're cartoons.
I watch cartoons every Saturday morning.
Now, there was a show I had on last night. It was Ordinary
For somebody
Joe.
who doesn't watch, yeah.
I don't watch TV. I watch like 5 minutes and I'd leave the room. And I'd
Ordinary
go.
Joe, you saw it?
But here's the interesting, I didn't see it. They walk through the script blocking on the show. Catherine sits down, she reaches for the piano script, and then she goes to open the door for Amy, or whatever it was. At first, I thought I had the wrong settings on my TV last week when it came on. Apparently, that must be part of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that?
Because they're trying to get content on the air.
But why not? But it's like they're reading the script. So then I'm thinking, well, they're reading the script for whom? For someone who can't see it, maybe? So it's someone who's visually impaired who's listening to what's going on?
What are you, the captions on the bottom?
No, they're actually talking it over on the voice. Catherine sits down at the piano while she opens up her sheet music in one voice, and while the rest of the dialogue goes on.
I never heard of that.
I never heard of that.
You
So I
must
thought
have a
there was
setting.
something wrong with my TV,
Maybe you have a setting.
but it's just that show.
Or maybe it's that show settings.
I do not know.
You should call it right in.
So it's
Which
just
is why I don't really
the
watch
script.
TV, because it's
Freddie
very
says,
complicated.
I'm going to the bathroom.
Right, Freddie is tapping his fingers on the table while
You start
he,
tapping your finger.
while Slick is on the mic over there laughing. And that's in one voice, and then the rest of the show goes on in another way.
It's a very interesting scenario going on. I got to tell you, right now, there is no content on TV, only sports
Nostalgia.
and nostalgia. Some of, and like the Blue Bloods is in, Bull is in, SEAL Team is in. Those three shows I know about. Everything else is either rerun or bad present day crap.
Here's how you know you and I are aging. Tom Selleck is now doing a commercial for reverse mortgages.
Yes, they have a new thing that came out. Did you see that
Which
one?
means he's at the age of retirement, and people are, well, you
Honey,
talked about it
Tom
last
Selleck
week.
is 72.
Is he really? Wow. You think of, I mean, think about him as Magnum PI, and now he is.
Doing not for nothing, but why don't you just tone it down? Because Tom Selleck. You
Yeah,
pick
but-
Tom Selleck.
But I just saw the commercial. He's talking about reverse
What's the name
mortgage.
of I Dream of Jeannie? What was her name?
Barbara Eden?
She just came out. She's in her 80s. I think she's 86. She just came out. She's doing a play.
Is she? Like
She
that play?
looks just like she did back in the day. My goodness. That plastic surgery flying high, baby.
Barbara Eden?
Barbara Eden.
Last thing I saw about her, she could still fit in her I Dream of Jeannie costume. And I think it's going to be like in the Smithsonian.
Remember
or
that they
something.
were going to cancel
the
it
belly
because of
button?
the belly button.
Now look.
Now look, now they
Now
show.
Miley Cyrus, the zipper comes popped on a live concert in Miami. See things.
Now I gotta tell you something. I was watching something on HBO, right?
Yeah.
And they had men's stuff hanging out all over the place.
Have you seen the commercial for ED with the carrot?
No, I'm afraid to ask.
There's an ED commercial out, and it's called brokencarrot.com or bentcarrot.com, something like that. And the whole commercial has carrots in it, different carrots popping up in different shapes and different sizes. Middle of primetime TV, morning, afternoon, about, I think it's bentcarrot.com, about an ED product.
You see, that's an inference. They're not supposed to put that on
Even
there.
Chelsea's sitting over there one Saturday. She goes, "Mom, is this what I think this is?" She's dying because it's in. It would just be better if they just talked about ED as what it is without the whole. We wouldn't be allowed to do that on radio because Ken would have gone crazy. Can you imagine?
Well, if they allow it on TV, they allow it on radio. But have you noticed all of a sudden,
Sorry, I'm kind of slow to.
ED? You know what
Are
ED
you
is?
missing the whole concept of what it is?
I'm here with you guys.
ED is
Shut up,
They
thanks, Slick.
do. I'm
Thanks
here
for
with
playing.
you guys.
ED is eat the deli sandwich.
I'm like ED. I got you.
He doesn't know what ED is.
I'm telling you that this was even approved, and this is a commercial. Can you imagine?
That's
I mean, it's
nuts.
great marketing because you remember it, but I have no idea what the product is.
But I gotta tell you something. I have never seen so many penises on a show. They were everywhere.
On what show were you watching?
I was watching something on HBO, and
Oh,
they
yeah,
normally
HBO.
don't show the men
Yeah.
the waist down. Normally, they show the women's
Was it
breasts.
porn?
No, it was a regular show.
Really?
Yeah, and this girl was describing. It's actually an HBO series, as a matter of fact, and she was describing how she was making it with a football captain of the team, a football player, and he didn't like being in the locker room with all the men around him naked. Part of his psychological. And they had all these young guys hanging out. I mean, hanging out.
Yeah, I think men probably have a harder time in locker rooms than women do.
I couldn't stand it.
It's weird.
I couldn't stand
Right,
it.
you guys
And
think
there's
it's
some-
weird,
there's
right?
Some dudes that is just weird. Not saying I can't do it. It's just like it's just weird. The guys' locker room smells like a guy's locker room.
It's not the smell.
Smells like. It smells
He's
horrible.
just like, you can see his face. He's grossing out.
Nasty.
It's nasty.
But women can walk around the locker room in a changing room, and it's acceptable.
Yeah, but that's changing again.
You think? I haven't been in a locker room in a long time.
Women are beginning because there's more outspoken women that come out of the closet, and all of a sudden, I can't hold it.
Innuendos of things going on.
Of course, but back in the day, it wasn't talked about. But some women were like,
Now, if you're transitioning,
I don't want to get into
what
that.
locker room do you go in?
I think you go to the one you identify in. So
A man goes into a woman.
identifies as she.
Can you imagine if she walked in there and she's naked and obviously you see it's a he, what would you do?
I know.
In the wrong locker room?
What do you do?
We talked about this last year. I was in the bathroom and two girls came into the men's bathroom because the line was.
too long. That was a Sex in the City scene from one of the shows I was watching.
It's on Atlantic Avenue, that corner bar place. I was in there and they came in. She says, I have to pee. So I had to give her the stall. I stood there and there was no doors. But if I walk away, somebody's going to take the stall because there were still guys. It just wasn't a long line. So she does her business and she's sitting and she's, hi, what's your name?
She's sitting there talking to you?
Yeah.
Everything's going good. Everything's flowing right.
I said, do you need more tissue? Do you need an aqua? Do you need a drink? What do you need?
When this conversation is the rest.
She didn't care.
Can you imagine our founding forefathers, what they would think right now? If they
Turn over in their graves.
They're looking down and going, man, what did you guys do?
Correct.
What would you do if you're standing there and a guy's talking to you while you're going to the bathroom?
It happens in the weird guys. I don't know. It's probably my gravitational pull. You know the urinal. Like you know the urinal.
The stand up or the toilet? Two different things.
stand-up.
Oh no, that
You
you
know the proper
yeah,
etiquette to
yeah,
it, right?
yeah.
You have to leave one empty.
no.
You have to skip.
You out of your mind.
Skip one. So
You
you
are
can do
mine.
it next to me?
Absolutely. And I'm gonna go like this. And how you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, etiquette is it's every other.
Yeah, every other.
COVID friendly,
so
right?
So if I'm like.
I ain't doing that. If there's an empty, I'm going.
Even if it's before COVID, like if there's 9 stalls, I pick one. You're not gonna go to the one directly.
Right next to you.
Really?
Yeah,
I
but
gotta go. What are you
but-
talking
but
about?
Do guys like look or you don't look? You got to keep your eyes straight.
You shouldn't look, but guys look.
They go like
I'm
that.
straight.
Seeing TVs, they're always like
But guys,
looking
when you
over.
talk though, it's my gravitation.
Listen, if you want to look. That's on you. Okay? I ain't buying what you're selling. You want to look. Knock yourself out. And then at the end it says, do I get a 10?
And on that note, I think we got to wrap up our morning show. And it is back in studio.
He gets shy.
For what?
The guy standing next to you in the store.
No, my gravitational pull. I'm like, watch. I'm in the bathroom all alone, or like I'm in the bathroom.
He's gonna stand right next to you.
And then, this guy's gonna come in and sit right
They
next
all
to
love
me.
you, Slick.
And it happens.
His gravitation.
No, the best thing is when they're standing next to you, you don't know who they are, and they start talking to you. Hey, how you doing? Did you hear about the Mets? Did you hear about the Yankees? Did you hear about the stock market? They come up with
And
something.
then you got to think and perform at the same time.
No, I say, yo, bro, when I finish my business. Well, they want to shake your hand right afterwards,
Disgusting.
and they're licking their fingers before they do it.
Talking in the bathroom, to be honest.
No talking in the bathroom.
For guys.
What are you, crazy? You ever hang out with the boys and they all go to the bathroom?
I forgot we were women. I thought women do pairs.
Women do that too. Women go to talk about the guys at the table or other tables. Because I'm going to tell you something about women.
You should go to the bathroom.
Guys do it.
And talk.
You never went with the boys or you go in the bathroom and you're all like, wow, I'm going to get Lucy
I gotta tell you,
tonight.
The best way to meet a woman is to stand outside the ladies' room.
Why? You got your disease.
Because when they come out, you just do the Officer Krupke thing, and then
I'm beginning to realize that the Officer Krupke method of meeting women actually works.
it works.
Women are just
When you
suckers.
least expect it, expect it.
I tell you, I have
And that
a
is like when you are like the most high. If you're in the bathroom with your girlfriend, if two women go and they're talking, they come out and they're laughing, and there's a guy standing there, it is the perfect opportunity to make eye contact before she goes back to the table.
That's of course if the woman finds you attractive. If they're not, they're gonna find you as a creep.
Well, of course, that's with
Just
anything.
don't let yeah.
That's with anything.
Now I've heard everything.
Keep your shirt buttoned up. I don't want
Smell good, smell delicious.
smell delicious.
That's it.
Yeah, but you're outside the woman's
Look,
bathroom. You ain't got nothing to do.
And look at them.
That's just ridiculous.
Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe. Tune into the afternoon show. You have no idea we're talking business
Bleh.
in the new year. We'll see you in a little bit.
We'll be late.
You've been listening to the Brooklyn Cafe After Hours, where all truth is mentioned on the radio.
Join us next time as we get to highlight our community, share some ideas, and always a little bit of hope on WWNN Real Talk Radio.
And as always, don't be late.